All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be the recap for the week ending January 29th of 2021 for our live chat room, Binary Pro Strategies. We're going to go over the stats here in just a minute, but I want to let you know that we're now offering free those that sign up for the trial package. It's only $50 a month. If you do want to try before you buy one of our packages, you can do that now. You just go to our website, binaryprostrategies.com, sign up for the trial membership. It's on the bottom right-hand corner. You will get a share of my charts with the arrows pointing out the setups for one of the particular patterns that we trade. And also with that will be instructions on exactly how to trade those setups. But we're also providing you now with the free daily setups as well. And the way that works, or if that's your style, basically you're going to put on one trade in the evening, depending on if there's a setup or not for a particular pair. You're going to put it on and you're going to let it go and expire the following day. Or you can scalp it, or you can use it as a filter to something that you're working with right now. But they are very good setups. And the way it works is I provide you with the pair, the bias, whether it's going to be up or down, and also the indicative, and based on whatever that indicative price you want to buy or sell, the closest strike to that indicative that I provide every evening. And that's the way it works. And then if you want to see how those trades are doing, you're also going to be provided a link every night with all the new setups. There'll be a link that you can click on and see how the trades have been doing from the previous day, as well as going back to the history, which in this case went back to January of last year. But we're introducing some new patterns which we like even more, and those go back to January of 2021. So I like them. They're good. They, that kind of trading is really not my style, to be honest with you. I'm very much of a short-term trader, because with these dailies, you're probably going to get maybe 3 to 6 setups a month per pair, where I can get 20 to 30 setups for a pair in a single day. So whatever your style is, if you like to put a trade on at night and let it just ride to the following day, I think you're going to like it. But anyway, we are providing those free right now. If you do try our trial membership, and it's only $50 a month, no obligation, try it, see if you like it, see if it works for you. You are going to be seeing the 5-minute setups, as I said, and then we'll also provide the dailies as well. All right, let's switch over. Let's take a look at the stats for the chat room this week with the core strategy. All right, so here we are for the week. This last week, these are going to be the stats for the PAP pattern. PAP is one of 5 different patterns that we teach you in the core package. This is also the one pattern that we also share in the trial room. If you would like to start off with trial, that's fine. And basically what this means is we call them naked setups. That means if you were to blindly take every buy and sell setup, not looking at any other factors or indicators or whatever method you like to use to filter out your trades, this are the percentages of the win rates. Okay, and once again, I don't suggest I don't want anybody coming in thinking they can just trade a particular pattern in a naked fashion. All right, these are setups, but you have to have other filters that you're going to use to select on which ones you want to go with and which ones you're going to not go with, because some are going to be stronger than others. And I'm a big believer in having less trades but going with the stronger trades instead of having a lot of little small trades. All right, so less is better when it comes to trading. So less, going for the bigger moves, that's kind of my style. That's what I like. But if you were to just close your eyes and do nothing but buy and sell, this is the kind of win ratio that you would be getting with this particular pattern and these 4 main pairs that we trade in the chat room. Okay, now Nadex does offer a total of 7, but these seem to be the most active, and that's why we like to trade these. But yes, they do work in the other 3 as well. All right, first trade of the day, once again, very nice for the morning. We had an 80% win ratio, 100% at night. What that means, I start 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. I should say Eastern. I'm Central, so it's 8 a.m. for me. And whichever first PAP setup develops right after I start my day, whether it's in any one of these 4 pairs, that's the one I'm taking. So if I get a buy signal on the Aussie first thing after 8 a.m., that's what I'm trading. If it turns out to be a pound, that's what I'm trading, okay? So what I'm showing you here is this is just going to show you the win and loss ratio here based on the very first trade of the day. The reason I'm showing you this is, once again, you could design a strategy out of this if you want to do. If you just want to make 1 trade a day, you can certainly do that, okay? I don't necessarily recommend that. Most people don't have that kind of discipline to do that. But I think if you did have that kind of discipline, you could do that because the win ratio is so high, okay? But once again, like any other trading with Nadex, you have to be able to modify your size, your contract size, all right? Don't want anybody to think that you can go in there and trade onesies all the time and make money. Not going to happen that way, all right? You've got to be able to adjust contract size, and that's something we teach in the core package. But that being said, still very nice percentages for the first trade out of the gate. Now, as far as the strongest pair, I've been talking about this for months. And as I always say, once a pair gets strong, it continues to stay strong. And that's been the case now for many, many months for the US yen. So that's always been my focus here over the last several months is the US yen. So I'm doing a lot of US yen trading. And as you know, I've also been doing a lot of Aussie trading. And so I also show you how to keep track of all this because this is going to be important to your success. If you want to be successful, you got to put the time and work into it. If you don't want to put time and effort into it, it's like any other endeavor, any other kind of business, you're not going to be successful. All right. So yes, I keep track of a lot of stats, but it's very beneficial because it does give me an indication of what pairs I want to be focused in on. Okay. But as a general rule, you're usually going to be fine trading Aussie US, Euro US, and the US yen. We do not trade a lot of the pound US. Unless it's the first trade of the day, and or there's other setups that tend to have very good setups for the pound that we will take those. But overall, those are going to be the 3 main. And for me, I'm just trading 2, the Aussie and the Aussie US and the US yen. Okay, and you can see what the percentages have been like. Still, obviously, very good on the US yen for the mornings. All mornings average out 78% and 88%. And once again, folks, this is not something, these are all based on patterns. Patterns don't change. Patterns do not have to be optimized. They do not have to be adjusted in any way. These patterns have been working for years and years and years and years. And once you understand how the pattern is developed, you will understand that it will continue to be, to show these kind of percentage win rates because of the way that the pattern is developed, all right? It's based off of market structure, and all markets have a fundamental way that they all tend to move, and they all display very similar patterns. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about a stock or you're talking about a gold, silver, or the US 500, or whatever the case may be. They're all going to, these patterns are going to, you're going to find these patterns repeat themselves in all instruments. All right. So that being said, very confident about that. Once again, that's a big part of trading, is knowing that what you're using is going to hold up as you move into the future, and these will hold up. All right. So that being said, let's take a look at my CB trades. Once again, keep in mind, okay, I am not a trading advisor. All right. I am just showing you what works for me. All I can do is provide you with the tools that I use to be successful. But I cannot guarantee that you will be successful, because all I can do is give you my tools, and you can use my tools and hopefully become successful. But that's what I do. All right. These tools are unique. These are not tools that you can go out and purchase. These patterns are not something that you're going to find in any book. Nobody else is talking about. This is my own proprietary patterns. All right. It is not a publicly available pattern or patterns, because if it was, then more than likely it would not be something that would continue to work as more and more people started to use it. and started taking away the edge that we have. So that's why we do keep everything fairly limited in what we do and we provide to our customers. But that being said, they are good across the board, and also know that don't expect that you can go in here and get the type of results that I'm getting, because I've been trading for 40 years. But I do have some people that have been trading for only several months, and they're now finally becoming very consistent, profitable traders. And once again, it gets down to the time they put into it. You put a lot of time into it, you're going to be more successful. You have the probability of being more successful. For some, they get it right away. For some, it takes a little bit longer. But nobody can guarantee you profits, and if they say they will, they're not telling you the truth. There's 90% of this business can be done with mechanical entries, okay, and or exits, but there is a discretionary aspect of it, of whether you're going to take a particular trade or not. So you always have to keep that in mind. That's the difference between somebody that's successful or not, is because they have that discretion. Discretion comes through screen time and years of trading. So the longer that you put into learning about the markets and how they flow, and the more you watch charts and you put in screen time, which means watching the daily action, the better you're going to be at being a discretionary trader. All right. And that's just reality. You're never going to be able to make money just being a 100% mechanical trader. It just doesn't work that way. All right. So I'm going to give you the best tools available. I'm going to share the tools that I use that work for me. But once again, everybody's going to have different results. All right. So this week, not bad overall for CB. Once again, CB is the next level above core. So you have to master core before you can be invited and learn about CB. CB, once again, is at a much higher level. Not only that, the expectation would be that people would be jumping in CB would be those that really want to take this and make it a career for themselves and start trading full time. That's the idea behind it. Okay, so, but if you can't make money in core, then you're not ready to move over to CB. But core is very, very good. You can do extremely well with core by itself. But then again, you have some that want to take it to the next level, and that's what CB is. I'm mainly a CB trader myself, but yes, I do some cores as well. All right. So that being said, decent week, not too bad. If you're interested in learning more about the core and or CB, what to look forward to down the road, or the dailies, just go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. I'll be glad to answer those questions for you. I suggest, if you have any interest, to get on the trial. It's very inexpensive. All right, $50 for a whole month is a good deal, considering you're going to have access to my daily charts about 10 hours a day. So you're going to have access to them in the day. You're going to have access to them at night for a few hours. And you're also going to be getting the daily setups every single day for those 30 days. So for $50, it's a really reasonable price to get an idea of what we're doing. All right. So that being said, everybody have a great trading week. We'll be back next week for our next weekly update, and we will talk to you then.